guys, let's get started. Here is my anchor material, my pattern master, my tailor chalk and my tape. So we are going to start with the front pattern. So I have already cut out 2 pieces for my front pattern. So the width of it is 18 inches. And the length is 16 inches plus our hemming allowance and the joining allowance from the waist. So right here I'm creating my starting point, which is going to become my waistline. So I'm creating this line there to start for my vertical measurement for the guideline. Okay, the vertical measurement guideline is 1.5. So from my waistline, I took down my hip divided by 4 is 9.75. So from my waistline, I came down with 10 inches to get my crotch measurement. And I'm connecting this line now. So from that crotch line, I'm also going to impute my hip circumference divided by 4 there, like I did on the waist. So I'm going to connect it to meet with the waistline there. So automatically we have formed this square there. So from my waistline, I came down by 8 inches to get my waist to my hip length. 8 inches. If you're on a small size, size 37, 39, 8 inches. If you're size 40, your hip is 40 or 40 something, you use 10 inches for your hip length. So from there, I'm going to connect that line now. So from that waist to the crotch is 10 inches. I'm going to explain this proper for you on my next video, because right now we have no much time for this. So let's go ahead with this short pants. So I'm cross-checking all my measurements to be on a safe side, okay? So now to get my crotch extension is 2 inches. My hip divided by 20 is 1.9, but I approximate it to 2 inches, okay? So I connect the line to meet with the upper there. So now I'm taking down my short pants length, which is 14 inches. From my waist to the length of my short pants is 14 inches. Okay, so now I'm going to connect this line to meet with there. So my thigh measurement is 24 divided by 2 is 12. So I'm going to impute my thigh measurement there, like so. So I need to connect it, but before I'm going to connect this line, I need to add my hemming allowance is 1.5. My hemming allowance is 1.5. So I'm connecting this line to meet with my short pant length. So you see this line, I did not connect it straight, okay? I connect it slightly, because when you are going to join your pant together, so that everything will just rhyme together, okay? So now I'm connecting this line to show where the end of my short pant is. So right now we need to add, I'm going to add 0.5 inch for joining allowance. 0.5 inch. And then I'm connecting this line. I'm still going to add that 0.5 to that. Don't forget to add to your 0.5 joining allowance. It's very necessary, because if you don't do that, when the time of joining, you're going to reduce a inch from your pants. So I went up with 0.5. You're going to join with our band later on. There are different ways to make the short pants, okay? Another way is that you can just do together with the waistband. You don't need to cut out the waistband. But because we are going to fix the pocket by the side, there is this pocket we are going to fix. So that's why I need to cut the band separately. So now we are going to place this our front pattern to form our back pant too. Yeah, our back pattern. Okay, so So I took out a 2.5 inch to create that line, because we are going to make use of that later. So from that line that I drew, I'm going to place my front pattern there. So I need to get the waistline from my back as well. And when you are going to place it, you are not going to place it direct from when you add your 0.5 allowance, okay? You're going to place it above the 0.5, a bit below. So you see, like you see me doing, okay? Please pay attention here. So I'm connecting all this line, my hip length, my crouch length, and my pant length with the hemming allowance. I'm connecting those line, extending those line out for reference. I'm connecting those lines so that it will be a guideline for me when I'm working on my back pattern. So I'm doing the same thing for the front too. So after now, so we are going to do some modification here. So from this that front line, not from where they allow a 0.5 inch is for the allowance, no, you're going to take from before the 0.5 inch 1.5 inward, like you see me doing. But if you are taking it complete from the 0.5 inch, that means you're taking the total of 2 inch. Okay, you're taking the total of 2 inches. So from that point, you mark that 1.5 there. You're going to connect it up like you see me doing. Okay, so from that point there, you're going to mark 1.5 inch upward. Okay, but if you're taking it from the actual waistline, you're taking 2 inches. Okay, you mark 2 inches upward like so. Because the back we are extending that up, because you know when you're wearing pants, if you don't raise this waist up when you're wearing this pant, if you're sitting down, it's going to drop down below, no matter if it's elastic or not, it's going to draw down. So for you to sit proper and be comfortable with, you need to raise it up. Okay, you can raise it up with 1 inch, or you can raise it up with 1.5 or 2 inches, whichever way. But I raised mine up with 1.5. Okay, so now we need to connect this line slightly. Okay, so we took out 1.5 from that front. So now we are going to place back that 1.5 right there. Okay, like you see me doing now, adding back that 1.5 that we took from that front, so that I can connect this line down. So once we have done from here, then you're going to connect that slant line from the back waist. You're going to connect it to meet with the actual line, like so. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm explaining. So once you have done, now we are going to move to the crouch. So remember the front line, from where we took our hip measurement there. You're going to place your tape from there, mark 4 inches outward like so. 4 inches from that line. Okay, you're going to mark 4 inches from that line. So from that line now, we are extending our back crouch. My back crouch is hip divided by 10 is 3.9. So there is no 3.9. I just approximate it to 4 inches. Okay, so from that line, I'm going to make that line bold so that I will know where my back crouch started from. So we are going to use that as a reference later. And again, I have no more space from the remaining fabric, so I'm just managing it, but still I'm still on the safe side, so it will not affect my shot when I'm working on it. Okay, so now we need to connect our straight line. So from that point, you're going to come from where you start, mark 4 inches from. You're going to mark 0.5 out inward. Okay, I will show you now. So from where our 4 inches stop, let's first of all connect the line to make it visible. So now From where we mark our 4 inches top, okay, from that point we're going to mark in 0.75. okay, so you come in by 0.75 and then you connect it to meet with the back waist line, like so. Okay, now you can make your curve from that point. Automatically we have created our back crouch extension. So everything is all ready now. So I'm trying to cross check to know if I did not make any mistake. So once we have done now, I'm going to add 0.5 from the back waist length for joining allowance. Okay, so now we're going to cut out like so. I cut it all the allowance. So there is a mistake I did here. When I took my 1.5 for the back, I supposed to add 0.5 there. But though it did not affect my trouser, but for the tutorial sake, if you want it a bit free again, you need to add 0.5 from that back there. Okay, so you cut it out. So our back and the front pattern is ready. So you need to label it, or maybe I need to label it for the tutorial sake for you to know the front and the back. So the front and the back, there is a big difference. Okay, so now it's time to head to there. Okay, now we need to create our pocket. I forgot, sorry. So this piece is right here. We're going to create our pocket, the side pocket. Okay, so I have 2 pieces here, which is going to be enough for my side pocket. So what we are going to do, you arrange your front pattern, the 2 pieces together like that. Make sure it's well arranged. Okay, so I'm taking down 18 inches to be on the safe side, but we are not going to use it all. You will see it when I'm done. Okay, so I'm taking that mark there to also to be for a guideline. So the length of my pocket is 10 inches. So at the end of the day, we are going to have a total of 9 inches because we are taking the joining allowance to close the pocket and the other ones also. So from there, you see what I did. I placed my trouser, my front pieces there like so. Okay, make sure it's all placed well. So from that point, you're going to mark in. We are supposed to take 2 inches. But we need to have a joining allowance since we are drafting direct to the fabric. So instead of 2 inches, I took in a 1.5 inch. So the length of the opening of my pocket, I'm taking down 5.5 inches from that point before the allowance. But if you are taking it from the allowances to the length of the pocket opening, its total is 6 inches. Okay, so from the allowance to the length is 6 inches. So then I'm going to connect it. You can do any design you want at this point. Now you can just slant it like a V, or you can curve it. For here I curve mine. So we have 2 pieces there for the both side of the pocket. Okay, and my front pieces also is 2. So we are cutting everything together. Please don't make mistake of cutting them separately because you end up having different shape. So once you have done, you take out your front pieces and you fold it over like that. The measurement I took here is 8.5 in total. We are going to take 0.5 for the joining allowance. So total is going to remain 8 inches as the width of my pocket. Okay, you're going to fold in backward like that. So from that upper part, you remember we took 1.5 inches, right? So now we need to repeat that same thing here. Mark that 1.5 inch from that point there, like so. Okay, and then you're going to use your ruler, your ruler to connect it. I took 1.5 there. So I'm going to connect that line from where I fold in my the other one too, there to cut it. I hope you are understanding what I'm doing. My fabric is, the color is too crowded with color, so you may not understand exactly what I'm doing there, but I hope you understand. So once you have done cutting out your pocket, your two pieces of pocket, you're going to place it like so for the front pocket pant, okay, your front pattern. So you're going to place it the right side facing the right side up like so, okay. So once you arrange it and everything is okay, then you're going to pin it there so that we can head to the sewing machine to join those pockets to the short pant together, okay. So when you pin it all around, repeat the same thing for the other side. So we can go and join our pockets and start making our short pant, okay. So here is my back pattern. We're going to sew it from there with 0.5. Join it together with 0.5, okay. So you pin and join it together. If you're a beginner, you need to pin down your material down. But if you're not, if you can be able to control your pieces, fine. You don't need to waste the whole of the time to pin. But I'm pinning this down for the tutorial sake, okay. So now it's time for us to join our pocket. First, we're going to join our pocket together. Like you see, right side facing the right side. And we're going to sew it from there with 0.5 inch. So now at the end of the day, we are going to have an opening with 2 inches that we're supposed to take in before. So you repeat the same thing for the other side of the pocket. So now we are joining the back pattern, the back, yes, my back pant. So with 0.5, okay. So once I'm done, I'm going to head to the weaving machine. I've already weaved my back pattern. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. So I already weave it. So and so this is my pocket side. You need to notch it so that when you flip it, it will lay flat. If you did not notch it like so, when you flip it up, it's not going to lay flat. It's going to be moving around. So it's best to notch it before you iron it. Please make sure you iron. Ironing your garment is very necessary. In fact, it's mandatory for you to iron. If you don't iron, you won't get good results, okay. Always iron. So I have ironed them, so I need to repeat the same thing for the other side as well. So now I'm trying to cross check to know if the measurement is accurate. So at the end of the day, I have 2 inches, but we are still going to take we are still going to take out that 0.5 for joining. So what I'm doing here is optional. I don't want my pocket to be square like that. So placing the both pocket together to give it this curve like you see me doing now. I'm using my pattern master to give it that cute curve, okay, that curve, okay. So I want it to be not just plain. Even when I take it out, it won't just be that square. So yeah, so this is optional. You can decide to do yours that way or you can leave it. So once I'm done, I'm going to head to the sewing machine. I'm going to stitch it down with 0.5 like so. I'm going to stitch it down with 0.5. I'm going to do that for the both pockets to close the bottom part, okay. So I'm trying to make this line visible for you to see. So add 0.5 joining allowance like so. So repeat the same thing for the other side, and we'll be going to join it together. So once we are done joining your pocket, so we are going to place our front pieces together like so. Okay, the right side facing the right side, like that. We're going to place it like so, and then we're going to join it with 0.5 like we did for the back pattern. Okay, join it with 0.5 inch. So let's close down our pocket so that we can do the other stuff. I hope my explanation is clear for you to follow up. Please, if you don't understand, leave your comment down below. I will be glad to reply you back. Okay, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Also share with your sewing mates if you find this video useful and helpful to you. Okay, I will be glad. Okay, so now I have finished joining all my pocket with 0.5. Okay, so now it's time to join the front pieces together. So we're going to join it right there with 0.5 inch. Okay, so if you can pin it, you pin. But if you cannot pin, at this point you just have to sew. But I'm doing this for the tutorial sake, for people who for beginners, because I have been in this shoe before. I know how it is. Okay, always pin while you're sewing. Okay, it's going to be much easier for you to sew when you pin down your fabric. Okay, so once we have done stitching down with 0.5, I'm going to head to the weaving machine. If you have a weaving machine at this point, you will weave it, or if you don't have, then you can just leave it like so. So what I'm doing right now, I'm attaching my pocket. I'm attaching it to the pieces so that it will just secure. Yeah, let me use this word. I'm securing the pocket together. Okay, so I'm going to join my front and my back pieces together like so that we can join it together. So let me zoom out my camera so you understand what I'm doing. So I'm joining placing the right side facing the right side on my front and my back pieces together. So now we need to join the both side to create our short knicker. Our short knicker is coming together, and it's looking so cute. I wish you can see more than this. It's too close. So but I'm leaving this zoom so that you will see what I'm doing while I'm sewing. Okay, sew in with 0.5 and always back stitch. If you don't back stitch, once your short knicker will get loose when you are washing. Okay, so now I have done sewing and I have also weaved my short neck, and I have weaved all the rough edges. Okay, so now we need to take the waist measurement so that we can know how many inches we are going to cut for our waistband. And there is another way I discover. Okay, when you are going to cut take your waist measurement, don't cut it like the other way. Like you're going to open it like so that you can take the measurement. This is going to give you accurate measurement. Okay, so you spread it like that and you take your measurement. My measurement, I got 18.5 inch. So I'm still going to cross check it to be sure of the measurement I got. So I'm taking that measurement round, and it gives me 37.5, exactly what I got for the first one. So now I need to cut out 18.5 inch, but I'm going to add 1 inch for joining allowance. Okay, so the total is going to be the 19.5 inch, so that I'm going to join it to form my waistband. And the width of my band is 3.5. So if your elastic is 1 inch, you are going to cut out your waistband 3.5, so that 3.5, yes, so that when you fold in the allowance sorry, hobby was disturbing, so it was a big distraction for here. So okay, so what I did, I cut out 3.5 for the weight, and the length is 19.5. Okay, So now I'm joining the both pieces together to create my elastic. So once you have done, you are going to head to the weaving machine, okay? Sorry, the ironing table. We're going to flat open it, iron it like that, so that we can fold it backward like so, okay? This is very necessary. If there is anything you can do to hold down that part where you stitch down, you do. But if you can't, make sure you flat iron it, okay? And then you fold in twice like so, like you see me doing. I've already done mine, and I got 1.5 inch. Okay, after I've done folding is 1.5. The total width is 3.5. Then the folding is 1.5, and this is exactly what I wanted. So that by the time I'm going to take 0.5 inch for joining allowance to my short knicker, I'm going to have the remaining elastic, remaining band is going to be 1.25. Okay, so like you see me doing, fixing it like so. I don't know how I'm going to explain this part, but I hope you understand what I did here. You're going to put it inside like so. The rough edges has to be up, facing the rough edges of your waist, okay? While the folding edge is going to be inside. And then you're going to pin it down like that, so that we can stitch it down with 0.5. So when you stitch it down, make sure you are not going to stitch it close. You're going to leave you're leaving like 1 inch. You're going to leave like 1 inch opening, so that you can fit your elastic through, okay? Don't forget to leave 1 inch opening. So once you have done pinning it down, you are going to sew it. So for here, I've already hemmed my short pant allowance. I've already hemmed it. I did this off camera. I hope you won't mind. So I have weave it. So you remember where we took our length, our measurement, our short pant measurement. So we are going to fold in like so, and then you're going to iron it. So now I need to stitch down my waistband, so that we can now go to the cutting table to fix our elastic. Okay, my elastic, I don't know why I usually put this okay, my elastic on my pant. Okay, so I have done stitching it down, and I left 1 inch for opening where I'm going to fix my elastic. So I have done stitching down everything. So the next thing we need to do, the next step now, is to fix our elastic, and then we stitch down the crouch extension. So my elastic width is 1 inch, like I said earlier on the beginning of this video, is 1 inch, and the length of my elastic is 23. My waist is 28 inches. I minus 5 inch. Okay, minus 5 inch from your waist waist if you're using elastic. Okay, minus 5 inch from your waist. So I minus 5 inch, but I later cut 23.5 because we need that 5 to join our elastic together. So I have fixed in my elastic, and it's time to go back and join the elastic together. And also we are going to join this crouch, back crouch, and the front crouch together. Oh boy, this is a lot of talking. So I hope you learn something new from this video, because we are coming to the end of this tutorial. Okay, I want to say a big thank you. If you're still watching to this point, I want to say a very big thank you for watching, and please do give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new. Okay, So now I need to join my elastic together so that we can stock it in. And at this point, once you finish join this is the point where by the time you're done, you can weave it or you leave it. If you don't have a weaving machine, that means your short pant is ready. So I'm done joining that part. So what I did here, I don't just want to leave it like so. So I'm going to stitch that part where we sew. I'm going to stitch it down for it to stay flat. Okay. So this is optional. It's not something that is a must do. Okay, it's optional. So once you have done, you're going to stock it inward. Okay, so you can see. So you're stocking it in so we can stitch down that space there that we left open. So now it's time to stitch that one down. Stitch it down there. So, have you seen the kimono sewing tutorial? If you haven't seen it, I'm going to leave the link down below so you can go and watch and make your own cute kimono jacket if you want to make a 2 pieces with this. Okay, I made it 2 pieces with this, so it's really lovely. You can check out the kimono, the jacket tutorial too. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you on my next sewing tutorial. Okay, bye, have a nice day.